Hello, chasing friends. Welcome back to She's Always On About Food, the podcast where our love for food is as relentless as your uncle forwarding WhatsApp recipes he has never tried. And this, my friends, is episode number 10. So, today's episode, we're taking on the beast that turned every home cook into a performer, every meal into a moment, and every pantry into a content studio: TikTok food trends. From viral hacks to kitchen chaos, Dalgona coffee to pesto eggs, we're talking about the dishes that took over the internet and your dinner plate. So whether you're spiralizing zucchini or just here for the spice, settle in, because this episode is equal parts trend report, food philosophy, and yes, light froth with a stiff sprinkle of science.
Isn't it always about food with you?
She's always on about food.
Let's rewind to March 2020. The world was on a lockdown, people were hoarding toilet paper, and you, yes, you were probably whisking instant coffee, sugar and water like your life depended on it. Dalgona coffee, whipped, dramatic, bittersweet and Instagrammable, was the first viral food trend of the pandemic era. It wasn't just about caffeine, it was about control, creativity and filling time when time had stopped. Originating as a nostalgic Korean street candy made from melted sugar and baking soda, Dalgona was a humble childhood treat for Koreans in the 70s and 80s. TikTok or Instagram just gave it a creamy glow up, whipped, not cracked, and suddenly it was a frothy icon of lockdown cravings. What followed was a cascade of edible escapism. Banana bread found its glow up, sourdough starters became the new house pets. Everyone was a barista, baker, and food stylist overnight. And just like that, the kitchen was no longer where you went to eat. It was where you went to be seen, virtually at least. Some trends came and went faster than you could even finish saying For You page, but others left a mark. Take baked feta pasta. One viral video turned a humble block of cheese into a culinary celebrity. It was tangy, salty, slightly smug, and people lost it. Finnish supermarkets actually ran out of feta. Then there was Cloud Red, the food equivalent of a puffy lie. Gorgeous on screen, confusing in mouth, but again, that wasn't the point. It was about the fluff and the aesthetic, the joy of watching something grow in the oven like marshmallows on steroids. And how could we forget the rise of air fryers? This gadget got a second life thanks to TikTok. Air fried Oreos, air fried pasta chips, air fried boiled eggs? Questionable. It was chaos, but it was democratic. You didn't need a Le Cordon Bleu degree, just a ring light and an open mind. But not all trends were about novelty. Some were about visibility. Suddenly, long-standing food traditions had a spotlight. Indian masala chai, Mexican tamales, Vietnamese spring rolls, and Japanese matcha rituals found global audiences, often through the hands of elders. Wrinkled fingers kneading dough, spice boxes clicking open, ancestral techniques passed down in 60-second reels. In India, we saw renewed appreciation for roti puffing, tadka sizzling, idli batter fermenting. In Japan, we watched tea masters brush matcha powder like art. In Mexico, the tamal fold became poetry. And while the beauty was in the authenticity, the danger was in the dilution. Ghee became trendy clarified butter. Kimchi got slapped onto every menu without context. And sometimes fusion just meant we added sriracha. The lesson? Cultural food isn't just about content. It's heritage. So I'd say, let's just treat it accordingly. came the moment when TikTok left your phone and entered your fridge. Retailers and manufacturers saw the trend wave and they surfed it real hard. Suddenly, you could buy Dalgona coffee cold brews, matcha kits hit the wellness aisle, birria taco flavored crisps landed in the snack aisles, pesto egg breakfast sandwiches were on fast food menus. Product development went from boardroom to beta test real quick. And don't even get me started on kitchen gadgets. Mini waffle makers? Viral. Frothers became a must-have. Butter boards and butter belts? Yes, even they had their moment. TikTok had become a pipeline from virality to viability. Food trends were now consumer products, shelf-ready, influencer-approved, and algorithm-certified. Right now, we are in the age of big flavors, big nostalgia, and aesthetic indulgence. People want hot honey everything, butter candles that melt into charcuterie dips, protein cookies that lie about being healthy, retro desserts like jelly cubes, tiramisu, cereal milk, etc. And there's a weird and wonderful overlap happening, Hyper health meets hyper indulgence. We've got adaptogen lattes, mushroom chocolates, vegan steak that bleeds beet juice, sea moss smoothies promising eternal glow. But there's also a pushback, a quiet rebellion. People are baking their own sourdough, fermenting their own kanji, and returning to grandma's recipe. The pendulum swings, and sometimes we just want comfort. Right, here's the thing. Food trends aren't just fluff. They reveal who we are, our anxieties, our aspirations, our identities. Why did we all make banana bread in 2020? Because we wanted something warm, sweet, and forgiving. And don't lie to me, all of us had banana rotting in the fridge somewhere, yeah? So why do we chase shiny new snacks? Because we want to feel part of something, a movement, a moment. Food trends are mirrors. They show us what we value: health, indulgence, heritage; what we fear: boredom, exclusion, missing out; what we hope for: connection, attention, joy. And maybe that's why this topic deserves more than a scroll. Because beneath the whipped coffee and glittery toast is a question. Are we eating to nourish or to perform? Maybe both. But whichever side you're on, at least we're talking about it. That's it for today's scroll-stopping episode of She's Always On About Food. If your taste buds were tickled or your For You page suddenly made more sense, do me a favor. Follow, rate, and share this podcast far and wide. Till next time, eat what makes you feel seen.